Hello, hello, hello. Doing? Oh, hold on. Uh, Seem to change some of my mic settings, so I'm having to talk extra hard here. Let's just go ahead and remove noise gate, shall we? Okay, here we go. Should be back to normal. How's everybody going? Subaru Highwalker. Heard about this channel from someone else, so I'm kind of new right now. Basically, this is a series where I hop on a live stream and I come and chat with you guys for about an hour or so, sometimes more, sometimes way more. But this is where I give like my updates and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have like special guests on where I talk about whatever we want to talk about, really. This is just basically what the name entails. It's stream time. It's just a stream. And well, as since you're new to the channel, I don't know who told you about this channel. They must be very hip and cool with the times, because I am not a very popular channel. So that's very interesting that other people actually talk about my channel. Oh, Gear. Oh yeah, Gear's pretty awesome. He's a pretty good guy. As for like what I do typically, anime reviews. That's my thing. Every Friday I have a new video out, which we're gonna talk about here in a minute. Actually, about some new videos. But this stream is primarily to announce the name of my new series that I'll be doing on Patreon. And if you're not aware, if you're probably watching this on VOD, which maybe you are, I'm doing this pretty early for a stream. I'm doing this at 1 p.m. EST. But, so, hold on. Sorry about that. So, I have a Patreon where every month I upload a video there. And typically, these videos are for a series called OV Awful, which I used to do. And I still do it. It's just on hiatus. At the end of December, at the end of 2019, it was my 2-year anniversary of doing OV Awful. So I decided, after 2 years of having a Patreon and 2 years of doing OV Awful, I wanted to do something different. So what I decided to do is do this series called, at the time, like my name for it was Randome. That was, that was my working title, And what this series was I'd go to Crunchyroll, I'd hit the random button, and I'd review said anime, and it would just be an extra thing for my patrons in replace for OV Awful. And patrons would get like a whole month early. It works the same way as OV Awful did. And I started this new series, and I've recently released 2 videos on it. One on Izetta the Last Switch, and another on Poco's Udon World. So, if you haven't watched those, they're in the cards in the top right of the screen, or you can just go to my channel and find them. Will I be reviewing Season 2 of ReZero? Yeah. I don't want to announce too much for it, because we're going to be talking about it in a moment. But for the King of Anime podcast, which is every Saturday, it will be on this channel, starting in the spring season. We will be covering ReZero Season 2 for that show specifically. And as well, I will be having videos, of course, on ReZero Season 2 on my own. And actually, this coming Friday, I will be releasing a new ReZero video about the director's cut and some of my expectations and my thoughts on it so far. So yeah, new ReZero stuff coming out for sure. Well, getting back to the Patreon name, because we're about to go through the names here. I asked people to name my new series for Patreon. You guys who are watching right now, or the people who have watched, and I just said, hey, suggest a name. It doesn't matter what it is. Suggest a name. I'll pick. I will put it all in a list, and I'll pick from those names. So, with that being said, let's actually swap on over to that list. This is the whole list I got. Sorry for people, who don't want their eyes to be burned from all this white. But here it is what it is. So these are the names I got from all the people that have commented. Big Moist suggested Shot in the Dark, which is a really good name, just in general, for a series. Gear suggested plenty of names. He suggested Crunchy Roll, Crunchy Rolling, Roll Roulette, and I found Insert Anime by pressing the random button on Crunchyroll. Rock Harp suggested Bottom of the Barrel, which is another very good name. And Ophelia Franco suggested Marif Kawabg, which is maybe a random anime from Crunchyroll will actually be good. And then Kira, she suggested, God, I can't speak, Animizer. I think all of them are typically really strong names. I think Ophelia's, their name, I don't think that's going to work. I also think Gear's name of randomly found insert anime by pressing the random button on Crunchyroll is pretty funny, because he even said himself it's like a Isekai-inspired name. So, it's very interesting. You guys are liking Roll Roulette. Which is funny, because I gravitated towards Crunchyroll, like, immediately. I was like, oh. But that's probably gimmick infringement on some level. But yes, I don't think Ophelia's, I don't think I'm going to use that one. All fairness to Gear, I don't think I'm going to use I randomly found insert anime by pressing the random button on Crunchyroll. That's going to be horrid for SEO on YouTube, so probably not going to use Animizer from Kira, because I don't know, I just don't really like that name. Bottom of the Barrel and Shot in the Dark are really good names. Really, really good names. But I think Bottom of the Barrel makes it seem like I'm sifting through just a bunch of really bad anime, which really isn't the intention. The intention is to just watch new and interesting anime. And by the way, if you guys have any names you want to suggest in the live chat, go ahead. But the spirit of the series isn't to poop on a bunch of anime. It's really just to watch it and watch something new, watch something random you've never heard of, and see what you could learn from it, or see if you can glean any sort of enjoyment from that. That's kind of what the series is supposed to be about, and that's what Bottom of the Barrel kind of goes against that a little bit. But it's a good name, for sure. So I'm not going to use Raw Carp's name. Did the live chat die again? I really hope it didn't. Hold on. I've got this. Ooh. My live chat's been dying recently on the screen, and that's how I use to communicate with people. So on the streams, because my computer sucks. All right. You guys just weren't talking. I was worried for a moment. I can't think of anything. Wanted to make one using Flow, but nothing comes. Where's that flaw? I can't tell from the white background. But yeah, I think it comes down to maybe. It's too I don't know. It's not flashy enough. It needs to be something I don't know, a little bit profound or deep, I guess. Like for example, Shot in the Dark, and Bottom of the Barrel. Great names for any series that isn't the one I'm doing. Like those kinds of names. I think it's going to be up to Gears, Crunchyrolling, and Roll Roulette. Because Anna, maybe? That's funny. Yeah, so I think it's going to have to be up between Crunchyrolling, and Roll Roulette. And I think you guys have made it aware you want Roll Roulette. So I have to think about this for a moment. So if we use Crunchyroll, the series may get confusing for some people. Some people may see it as Crunchyroll, as an actual Crunchyroll channel or something, or and then that could lead to maybe possible copyright strikes. So I don't think Crunchyroll. I don't think I'll be using that one. Roll Roulette or Riot. Crunchyrolling. That's not bad. I just don't think it works as well as Roll Roulette, to be honest. So I think we're gonna call the series Roll Roulette. I think that's gonna be the name for it. Just because, I don't know, it's just the best one out of this list. And I said I'd use a name suggested from you guys. So, with that being said, let me get out the Sharpie. Write it down. Roll Roulette. And I'm just going to put that sticky right on my computer. But I think we picked the best name. So that's the name. The name is Roll Roulette. But that's not all for the stream that I have planned. I have to go over some housework. You guys. Just be transparent and talk to you guys about stuff. Explodes in computer. Hey, had that happen a couple times. I was going to start from the top, with the most obvious one being my new mic. But I'm going to actually start from the bottom of this list. So, I mentioned King of Anime podcast earlier. If by chance you don't know what the King of Anime podcast is, it's a podcast where every Saturday, me, myself, Satsuki the Savage, and Everything Animated come together, and we watch a bunch of anime we've decided on to watch for the season. And we give things a kill or a pass. Now, if you're familiar with Team 4 Star's Anime FMK, I literally took that idea and adapted it to our own work style and our own, idea of what we want the show to be. The show's going through some changes this season. The previous seasons, we would have 7 shows. Over time we decided, that's suicide. So we decided to narrow that down to 5 shows, which worked for us plenty. And we also as well implemented 2 new rules during the last season. We did it before we went on hiatus because of personal reasons and because basically personal reasons, honestly. We had to go on hiatus. We decided to implement these 2 rules. I can probably take that off now. Probably don't need that anymore. We implemented 2 new rules, which is the podcast can't go over an hour long unless it's a special episode like a awards show, which we do. At the end of every season, we do the King of Anime Awards, and it's a big thing. It's always fun. Everybody comes out, and they always say how great the shows always are. That was exaggeration there. And the other rule was it's not a rule. We started doing a thing called Nakama Club. Now, we did Nakama Club before we did. But, okay, so let me explain Nakama Club. At the end of every season of King of Anime podcast, we agree to watch a full anime and then do that. And we take turns with each person. So let's say Satsuki the Savage picks Madoka Magica. Well, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch Madoka Magica, and we're going to put the podcast on his channel. It's my series, but the podcast is his. So he gets to decide what he wants to do with the podcast, where he wants it. It's his show. It's just my name, Nakama Club. And well, we decided to implement that into the show itself. So we started watching Madoka Magica weekly, and we'd put it at the end of the shows. Well, for this upcoming new season, we're going to do away with that. We're going to go back to the old way of not having the show have this Nakama Club segment. We're gonna go back to the old way of doing Nakama Club, which is essentially just honestly just at the end of every season doing a podcast on an anime we want. And soon, as far as I'm aware, we have planned to do 2 podcasts on Vinland Saga and another on Madoka Magica. When those are happening, who knows? Also, hey Gear, what's up? You just missed it. We decided the name for my new Crunchyroll series that I've been doing, and we called it Roll Roulette. But so for the King of Anime podcast this season, it's going to be different. We're going to go away with the Nakama Club of the last season we did it, and instead we're going to drop that and go with a fresh new way of doing it, which is essentially just we agree on the anime that we want to watch. There is no like lock-ins, because like every person had a lock-in. So like Satsuki had a say, EA had a say, I had a say, and whatever anime we locked in, we had to watch it. But for this upcoming spring 2020 season, which is when the King of Anime podcast will be returning, we simply just agreed on the anime we want to watch. I think we came up with 3. One of those is ReZero Season 2. I will leave the other 2. I will announce the other 2 when the show gets closer to returning on my Twitter at SeaTacticsYT and on the community tab here on YouTube. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications for that community tab, because that's the only way you're ever going to get notifications for that. And well, that's kind of like what we're going to be doing for the next season. The King of Anime podcast has always amazed me because it's a show that's always just morphed and changed every season. It's changed so much from the original concept of what Team 4-Star did with their Anime FMK podcast, which I still suggest you guys go and watch. It is a fantastic podcast, and every single week that it's not going up live, I mean, honestly, it hurts me because, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that, and I'm really not. I love the Anime FMK podcast. It was one of my favorite shows of all time on YouTube, like ever. And so that's why I'm doing King of Anime podcast. That's why we've been doing it for over a year now, is because I love that show and I love that concept so much, and I want to keep doing it. Because somebody out there, enjoyed Anime FMK. Somebody out there was like me and wants someone to continue it, and so that's what I did. Of course, it's not gained a lot of traction because I don't advertise it as the Anime FMK podcast. It's the King of Anime podcast. It's our own little concept. It's our own little thing that we've took and we kind of morphed into our own little thing. And we've really become like a tight-knit, unit. Usually with these podcasts, you eventually just hate each other by the end. By the end, it's typically just arguments and bickering and like, we got to do it this week, and like, it's just a constant grind. But me, EA, and Satsuki, I think we're very self-aware of what that is, of that grind, that burnout that YouTubers go through with podcasts. My voice is going out. And I think that we are very cognizant of that, and we don't want that to happen, and I don't want that to happen specifically, which is why I am very, very fair when it comes to breaks and even hiatuses. I took a 6-month hiatus from King of Anime podcast because I wanted those two guys to love the podcast as much as I did. And that's why we haven't been doing it, is because I want everybody to be on top of their game. I want the podcast to last for 5 years, 10 years. I want the podcast, honestly, this is my ultimate goal for this podcast, is to get a panel at some con and do a live podcast for everyone. Like in person. That's my goal, you know? And that's just because I love it so much. You're right. I'm not the text. But I'm not the font either, actually. I'm just the logo. That's what my face looks like. It's a logo. I was face revealing all along. But yeah, that's how much I believe in KOA. That's how much that I want it to be successful, and want it to be special. It's a series that, you know, if EA and Satsuki, you know, quit, I will find a way to still do it, and that's just the truth. It wouldn't be the same without them, but it's just a concept that I can't let go because I love it. Speaking of EA, though, this Saturday, me and EA will be doing a podcast for the Bunny Girl Senpai movie. This is something that has been in the works for since the movie was announced. We even mentioned it on this show a couple years ago. We are gonna finally do it. We're gonna finish out Bunny Girl Senpai over on EA's channel. You can, of course, just, you know, go to any episode of the King of Anime podcast to find a link. I forgot to put the link down in the description, but just go back, click on any episode of the King of Anime podcast. His link, as well as Satsuki's, will be down in the description below, as well as probably Ecchi Donut, because he was on the podcast at one point as a fill-in, which was a very fun show we did. But yeah, I can't wait to do that this Saturday, because me and EA have an undeniable chemistry, I believe. And we always make some really fun shows. And a lot of people actually really liked those Bunny Girl Senpai podcast episodes that we did. They're still getting views to this day on his channel, still getting him subs. And it's one of those moments where I realized, hey, I like doing live shows. I like doing live podcasts. I like talking about seasonal shows a lot. And it's a concept that I've done since. I'm doing it right now with the Fate Grand Order podcast with Malice, even though that show has... that show... Man, poor Bento subscribers and Fate Go fans, because we have just neglected that show so much, me and Malice. But I plan to rectify those issues, or redeem with Fruits Basket Season 2. And then hopefully after Fruits Basket Season 2, maybe another Fate anime or something with Malice. Yeah, I want more Mitch in KOA as well. Ecchi Donut's great. Love Mitch. But yeah, so that's this Saturday will be the end for the Bunny Girl Senpai podcast after all of these years. It'll be very sad to see it go. Maybe one day EA will want to do another anime podcast like that, and maybe he'll invite me on. Who knows? But be there this Saturday, because it's going to be awesome. Now, as for just the more technical stuff that I want to talk about, you know, with my channel, the new schedule, my editing style, but most importantly, my new mic. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I sound a little different. Probably sound a little bit more sexy. I hope. That's because I got a new mic. Speaking of which, I probably need to turn myself up a little bit. Yeah, so I have gotten a new mic. I went to a Walmart, and I was like, they got a blue Yeti Nano. What the hell? And I was just like, you know what? This thing's like $99. It's like $17 marked up from its original price. I could find it way cheaper on Walmart.com. But I was like, whatever. $99, $100. I'm okay with that for a new mic, and I needed one anyways. This old one that I have here in my hand was a Blue Snowball, and you guys could tell it wasn't the best quality. It certainly was okay. It was certainly like hearing any other YouTuber who uses a Blue Snowball. It sounded like that quality. But I was using it for 7 years. And like the front faceplate thing where the blue logo is, that thing is covered in like dry spit. And it's just a disgusting old microphone. And I bought the aluminum version as well. So it's really heavy, and like I can throw this thing across the room and it would probably be okay. So this thing is like untouched. Like I could like there's nothing wrong with it. Oh wow, you always thought my mic was this good? Wow, Gary, you're the best. But yeah, I needed a new one. I needed an upgrade really bad. And you guys should really notice it in the actual videos itself more than the live stream. My mic was about $100 too. Yeah, I mean, this Blue Snowball mic that I got 7 years ago was technically $20, but it came with a $20 pop filter, which I'm still using. The thing's like the pop filter looks disgusting because it's made out of like metal and stuff. It's the generic one that you can get every holiday season that comes with the Blue Snowball. They've been doing that for a decade now, I think, with the Blue Snowballs, and it's always a good deal. I always recommend that if you're even if you don't do YouTube, if just for like business meetings or interviews or stuff like that over the internet, you can't go wrong with the Blue Snowball. Blue Snowball has really good quality. It's a condenser mic, so you're getting you can like really do stuff with this thing more than just recording. For example, I used the Blue Snowball here to record some of my acoustic guitar at points, and it didn't sound perfect. It took a little bit to like work around it and get it to sound really good, but yeah, it's good. It's very solid. Now the Blue Yeti Nano is like insanely better. It is tremendously better than what the Blue Snowball is. At least this one I have here in my hand. This thing has like a big dent in it. Yo, what's up, Anime Alley? Nice to see you around. We're just talking about stuff, upgrades I've made to the channel recently. And you know what? The only reason I was able to buy that this Blue Yeti that I'm using right now is because of my Beastars video. My Beastars video that got like almost 200,000 views. I got paid pretty good off that. And so I decided, you know what? Treat yourself, but also not, because I spent it on, the channel. That's what I usually do with all the extra income I get. I usually just spend it on the channel to upgrade things. Most people will know that from me. I'm very the upgrading hardware is one of my things. My new series is called Roll Roulette. We decided in this stream. It is basically where I go on Crunchyroll and hit the random button and I review said anime, which, by the way, I don't think some of you, I don't know if you watched the Poco's Udon World review, which is the last episode of Roll Roulette I did. Hey, now we can call it Roll Roulette. The next episode, it will be available on Patreon 1 month early, pretty soon, I think. I'll try to get through it very soon. Because I want to, want to put them out a little bit quicker, so I can have a little bit of a breathing room there. Is Lost Storage Incited Wixos, or as I call it, Lost Storage Incited Wixos. Now, it's very weird. So I get Izetta the Last Witch, came out in 2016, an anime that I've seen before, that I've reviewed before, and then I get Poco's Udon World, an anime that came out in 2016. And now I get a card anime called Lost Storage Incited Wixos, an anime that came out in 2016 that I've reviewed before. Well, I didn't review it. I did a first impressions video on it way back in the day. Also, yes, I should finish up Beastars. I haven't watched the final episode yet, and I really want to do a video on it. But there are more. I don't know. I did one on Vinland Saga, and I was like, oh, hey, I may do a Beastars one. But I don't know. I've done so many videos on Beastars. Do I need to do another? That is the question. That is the question. So yeah. That's kind of like the thing with my mic. I got that. And I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. Very good. Milk it for views. I mean, to be fair, every single one of the Beastars videos I've put out has gotten at least a couple thousand views. But I don't know. I feel like enough is enough at some point. I don't do it just for views. I mean, as a YouTuber, you kind of have to do it for views, and if you want to remain viable on the platform and not be, basically shunned away by the SEO. So you have to do that stuff. But I've done enough. I think I'm good. I need to be a Patreon, but I have no PayPal. And I'm too young for one. You guys are young. 15 and I think yours, whatever age he is. I'm not gonna say. But that's, man, I didn't realize that many young people watch my channel. I mean, I know like I have a certain audience that skews younger for sure. Anime Alley, you're 29? I thought you were younger than me. Wow, that's crazy. I'm the middle. I'm the middle one here. I'm 24. Anime Alley's an adult over here, living the adult life. Once he hits 30, he's not going to have time to do anything. That's usually what happens to 30-year-olds. Because you gotta get stuff together. By 30, you usually have everything together. So, it's time to get into the workforce and work until you're dead. At least here in America, that's the way it is. What was I saying? Fuck. I don't remember. Who cares? But I have a list here. Oh yeah, don't feel like you have to like support me on Patreon. It's nothing that it's something that I've had for 2 years, and I don't bring it up often. I bring it up at the end of videos. That's like one of the last things I mentioned because, like, I still want people to know that I have it. But honestly, what would even like be even better than just like just going to Patreon and giving me money would just be to go to Patreon and follow me. Because I put up so much stuff there for free, just for everyone. For example, today, I believe. Is it today? Tomorrow, I'll be putting up a extra post for people that go free. That's just a look at my desk and stuff. I do plan to check out Doro Hidoro. Definitely. That's one that's on my list. I'll get to it. I'll definitely make a video on it. I plan to. What I was saying? Honestly, there's like you can just make a Patreon account and follow people. You don't even have to like actually like pay them anything. And what happens is a lot of the times I'll just post free stuff there. Free stuff like I said, the look of my desk. Like I have a video like I recorded a couple days ago. I think you can find it on my Instagram thing, which is what I'm using Instagram for, just to post like random behind the scenes stuff, which you can find me at SeaTactics on pretty much anything. But as this Friday as well, patrons will get 1 month early access to the Classic Anime Friday. And I originally was like, you know what? I'm going to just like make that free. But I decided to put it behind Patreon for a whole month because I think it's something cool, something a little extra, and as well, I'm like 2 months late on the last 2 episodes of Oviawful, so I'm still working on those. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Just make a Patreon, and if you have something to offer, no reason not to make one, in my opinion. Would I ever do anime gaming content? I have so the original idea, I had the original idea for 12 Days of Anime 2019 was me doing anime games. So I have scripts for let me see if I can find it. I think I was going to call it the 12 Days of Anime Games. I'm going through all my Google Docs to find this. It's an interesting thing going back through all this. I don't think all of them are written. Let's see. I have to scroll back. Like, I had this whole thing planned, and then I had my what is believed to be a hernia, so that's fun. Where is it? Where are you? Well, I had a review for the Bang Dream mobile game. I had a review for the first 2 Dragon Ball Z Budokai games. I had reviews for the a JoJo game. A couple Naruto games. Oh, I think it's somewhere on Discord, actually, now that I think about it. Where is it on Discord? Let's try to find it. Like, I had this plan for at least 2 years, and I had to bail out of it. Man, this is somewhere, I swear. It may be up at my private server. Oh yeah, no, here is the full list. It was SAO Fatal Bullet, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I believe, Valkyria Chronicles the anime, Valkyria Chronicles the game, Budokai 1, 2, and 3, Naruto Shippuden 4, bunch of crappy mobile games, Gungrave, and the Gungrave anime. Those were the original concepts and ideas that I had for 12 Days of Anime 2019, but like I said, health issues happened, and I had to not do that, which kind of sucks, but it happens. I mean, I was in so much pain that I couldn't even do anything, so I'm still in a lot of pain. But yeah, I want to talk about what this new schedule has done for me. So, if you're familiar with what happened in December, I did so many videos, I burnt myself out, but that was intentional. I knew I was going to be burnt out by the end of it because I put literally every single thing I could because of the COPA stuff. The Child Online Protection something, blah, blah, blah. My idea in that for that 12 Days of Anime was basically you put out the best content you can because there is a chance that your channel will be COPA'd. And so I decided to, put literally everything into it. And look, we're still here. So yeah, Anime Alley, you're right. It kind of just went away. It wasn't really a big thing. The YouTube fear-mongering machine will find another way to scare people. Which I kind of realized by the end. A lot of my friends, Condi and stuff like that, people who are very smart, people who have friends on the inside, definitely told me, hey, you're fine. And look, I'm fine. We're all fine. And I'm so glad I didn't make a video on it, which I was going to, but I just decided not to because I usually don't make those kinds of videos anyways. I usually don't make those kinds of, gotta talk about, YouTube, like these come to hither moments. I'm not. That's not my thing, unless it's something like really serious, sure. But hey, it sucks for the people who are actually child content, but at the same time, there are other avenues and ways for those people to still remain viable. It's just not on YouTube. But this new schedule, I decided to do after December because I needed to just refine my love for all of doing this. I needed to do things differently, just the way that I made videos, the way that I went about doing it. And so I decided to do one video a week, and if I have enough time, I'll do an extra video on Monday. That's pretty much what I do. And that has been amazing for me. I love making my videos. My videos are so fun to make now. I love them. I love the process of doing it. They're different. They feel different. They feel a little bit more special because there's not a million of them coming out a week. They're also just better. They're just better. Now, in terms of editing and the way the videos look itself, they're just better. It's still the same me writing it. I'm still writing it in about a day or two of time. So none of that has really changed. Yo, what's up, Jotaro Kujo and Akira? How are you guys doing? I heard Dorohedoro is subs only for now. Is fan subs only for now. Oh, wonder why that is. That means I'll probably not be able to watch it if it's not being subbed professionally. But yeah, I just like making these videos now because I think they're just really good. And I really enjoy them. And apparently people really love my Izetta video for how stupidly funny it was. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that people like these videos. My Poco's Udon World video has just been ignored, sadly. Which makes sense. It's an anime that came out in 2016 that... It's Poco's Udon World. I mean, you kind of have to be in a mood to watch a video on that, right? I think if you see Poco's Udon World coming up in my subscription feed, you're like, what? SeaTactics. I mean, I'll watch your JoJo stuff. I'll watch your Fate stuff or your Hunter x Hunter stuff, although that's, that may be dying out pretty soon. I have neglected that Hunter x Hunter series. But I have a feeling people are just like, I ain't watching Poco's Udon World. You can't. That's just weird on this channel to see a Poco's Udon World video, especially 4 years after it came out. But it is what it is. Not sure about the fan subs. Someone told me, but I haven't confirmed. Okay. And I'm glad you liked the Poco's video. Yeah, schedules for some people are kind of difficult. But for me, I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years now. So schedules for me, make me feel better. If I can keep a schedule, then I can make sure, I feel better. And the videos are better. Now, schedules are really bad when you were like me last year, where you didn't have time to do much because you were just constantly watching things. I haven't watched a single seasonal anime yet. Not one. I haven't watched any of the new anime. I've been watching Fate Grand Order and the ReZero Director's Cut, but nothing else. And that's because of this new schedule that I'm doing. This new schedule has just allowed me to just chill out for a moment and just kind of, enjoy anime, which is funny because I gotta start watching Madoka Magica soon, the new one. So that's gonna be cool. The new Legend of the Galactic Heroes is really good. I really like the new Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's what got me into the series. And yes, chilling out is important. Not being a crazy bastard like myself watching anime all the time. Oh well, actually, Kira as well. I have on my scheduling board thing, for one of these Mondays, Kase-san and Morning Glories. So there you go. Yeah, I need to finish the old Madoka Magica. I got to do it for the podcast for King of Anime, because we're going to be doing a podcast on that on Satsuki's channel, whenever that may be. So yeah, got to get to that eventually. But yeah, I'm really interested to check out the new Madoka Magica, just because it, like, all of the screenshots I've seen from it makes all the girls look like super moe kawaii girls, and I'm like, that's weird. That's really weird for Madoka Magica. I don't know about you, but I don't think the original ever really had that kind of feel to it, where it was like, yeah, but look at all these cute girls. So I'm very wary of that, but also I get it. I hope I do love it. It is I think it's an hour long. It's on High Dive. So should be really easy to get footage for and make a video on. And that's really the only reason why I'm really kind of considering making a video on it, is because it's available legally and I can make a cool video on it. The one thing about the O Thunder Snow video that I really hate, and the same with the Beastars videos that I did, is everybody's like, where can I watch this? And I'm like, I can't reply to those comments with like a link, because none of them are available legally in the States. Or just in general, are really available in a very legal way, unless you go buy it on Blu-ray in Japan, or unless you watch it on Japanese TV, which really is kind of just, that sucks. That's the worst thing about anime sometimes, is that you can't watch some of it legally because the license holders are just, either one, just there's too many of them, so they can't agree on anything. Two, there's so many of them that isn't even a problem. It's just the problem of getting all of them, getting permissions from every single one of them. I mean, look at Berserk. Look at Berserk 1997. Where the hell's that at? That's not on anything. That isn't even in print anymore. And why? It's because the licenses are in the hands of like a bunch of different bodies and groups. And so nobody can actually license the thing and remaster it and basically give it, the Evangelion treatment on Netflix. And I would so much love Berserk 1997 to get a really good. Yes, Jotaro brings up a good point. Berserk 1997, all of it is on YouTube, because some random guy uploaded it, and it's in licensing hell right now. So you could right now, I guarantee you, anyone here can upload a full episode of Berserk 1997, and they'll be fine. Guarantee you. Now, it may get like, matched third-party content ID claimed. You ain't getting a strike. No way. Now, if you do Berserk 2016 and 2017, you're fucked. Don't do that. That's bad. That will give you a strike, absolutely. Every single Berserk 2016 video I've ever made, I've gotten a strike. Which is just shitty. And I hate Gemba because of that. I will never cover any of their anime again. But I would love for Berserk 1997 to get a new dub, to get a new release, and high quality, be on every single streaming service it can be. Get all the old voice actors and actresses back, because those actors are fantastic. They killed it in the 97 version, and it honestly, it needs a new dub because it's outdated at this point. But those voices are terrific. Go and watch the Golden Age Arc trilogy movies. You'll see that they are fantastic, and they are those characters more so, I think, than the Japanese subtitles or the Japanese dub. And I know that's probably, anytime someone says the English dub is better than the Japanese dub, people get up all in a, rabble. Merch is subjective. I don't know if it's merch. I think I forgot to, I forget to do things sometimes. And that's one of the things that I've forgotten to delete. Because, actually, I don't know how to delete it. Because I remember specifically going to that Teespring page and, just making a thing for myself. And I never was able to order it because I think the site was down at the time or something. Or, payment was down or it was something like that. Something where I couldn't actually order it. Because I wanted to make, a mug with my logo on it. I thought that would be cool to have. And, I deleted it. I made 2 of them because I wanted to get 2 of them. And I wasn't able to do it, so I deleted it. They wouldn't delete. But the thing is, I always had my Teespring in my description, and originally I wanted to take it out and forgot, but I thought, well, sometime in the future I will actually want to put something up there that I want people maybe to purchase, so I want that link to always be in those past videos. You never know. You never know. And so, yeah, that's the story of that, of how I can't figure out how to delete that damn mug. So, I think there may be 2 of them up there. They may be, just different colors. It's ridiculous. I may try to do it again. I don't know what it was. But that even though that may be on my official Teespring page, I'll say it now. I'll say it now. I do not officially endorse that. So that's my stance on it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know where the money goes if anyone buys it. So I don't know anything about that. I haven't logged on to Teespring in quite a while. So that's full transparency on that. I don't know anything about it. I really need to get rid of it, honestly, the mug, but I can't figure out how to. So yeah. Although I've had a couple times, I have planned on doing merch throughout the years a bunch of times. But I think now that I've upgraded to this new kind of logo that's really high quality, I may put my logo on something again. Who knows? But I'm not going to do it unless there's a good reason to. So don't buy anything from there. Let's see. What else? You want to design merch for me? Wow. Right now? Well, I mean, we can get in touch about that if you want to. If there's something interesting that you have. Because I'm only ever going to do, merch unless it's something that's good. Something that people want to see. Something that's high quality. I don't want to have, a black shirt with white text on it. Unless it's, a funny joke or whatever. I'm not going to sell something that's, that doesn't look good. I think that's what most people feel, though. If they want to sell stuff that looks good. But stuff that looks good is subjective. Do I watch Babylon? That came up last season a lot, that show. A lot of people talked about it. No, I do not. That's because last season, whatever season it was that it was airing, I was just watching a lot of anime. So, yeah, it just kind of fell through the cracks. Not saying I'll never not get to it, but those Amazon anime, they take a little bit of time for me to get to because they're off the beaten track. And not a lot of people even know about them. So, as a YouTuber, sometimes I have to be like, well, I'll watch that in a couple months just for myself. That kind of thing. Babylon, I don't know much about. But for example, an anime that I kind of take that approach to is Recreators. I don't really want to make a video on Recreators, but I do want to complete it one day. Although I am going to go through Blade of the Immortal, the new one, and watch it, go through it, and just tell you exactly why the anime sucks. And why it's a disappointment. And I don't like making negative videos that much. I don't want to be that guy who just gets really negative. The same thing with the Izetta Last Witch video. I didn't technically want to release that video. At least a part of me didn't, because it was just really negative, and that's kind of like, I don't know. To me, my mentality is why be negative when you could be positive by watching something else that makes you happy. But, you know, the name of the series, it is what it is. And also I had something to say. I had something I wanted to say about it, and it wasn't just negativity for the sake of negativity. I explained my reasonings for not liking it, and sure, it got a little crazy. It got a little weird there, but it was a video that I'm proud of. Some people said Babylon gets really boring, so I'm not sure if I want to watch it. I should give it a try. I will eventually. It's one of those anime people really like to talk about, especially in the hardcore anime viewers circle. I think Satsuki the Savage watches it. I'm pretty sure. I think he really likes it. I heard it's like really weird. At least that's what I've gleaned from a lot of people in my Discord server talking about it. By the way, Discord server, totally join the Discord server. Trying to get more people in there. More conversations. I think there's like quite a bit of people already in there, but doesn't hurt to have even more. It is weird, but that's the charm. Yeah, I like those kinds of shows. Have any of you guys watched It Invaded? What do you guys think about that? So people in my comment section have said not good things about it, and I kind of figured I'm not going to watch it, but if there's anything interesting about it, I'll pick it back up and maybe make a video on it. But after that first 2 episodes, I kind of sat on it, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't want to watch this show. I don't care if it's from the director of Fate Zero. Like, this show is not something I want to watch. It seems really sloppy and hastily put together, and it makes no sense. And it feels like it's like up its own ass half the time. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes in December. And I was very not happy with it. I put out a video on it. And I was very middle of the road. I was very hopeful for it because I think at the time, watched it a couple days prior, made the video like the day before the video came out, and I was doing a lot of stuff at that time because this was December, so I was making lots and lots of videos. And yeah, I was very hopeful that it would turn itself around. I thought that, you know what? Maybe the 3rd episode will explain everything. But I just wasn't into it. I just really honestly did not, after thinking about it, after sitting on it, didn't really care for it. And that kind of sucks. But sometimes that's what happens with these kinds of shows. And I get it. I get it, you know, people like it. Why is there what Jotaro, you're always telling me to watch this anime. What? I don't understand. I just don't. Speaking of Jotaro, I think the video after Monica Magica next Friday is going to be JoJo Golden Wind. So there we go. Bringing back JoJo. And then I'm going to do Hunter x Hunter probably after that, because I really want to watch Hunter x Hunter again. That video may come out on a Monday, though. Like, if I have enough time, I'm probably just going to be like, fuck it. Let's watch Hunter x Hunter now. Get that video out on a Monday instead of a Friday. And then, I don't know, I guess I won't have a video on Friday. I don't know. But I've seen the first 3 episodes of Golden Wind. It's pretty funny. Pretty good. It's JoJo. I don't know really what to think about it yet. I gotta watch 7 more episodes, and I feel like I'll be good to go on making a video on that. And I want to get through it quicker. I want to get through this. I wanted to get through Golden Wind way quicker than I ever did with part 4. And even part 4 is very quick for me. I want to do quicker than that. I want to do like, every other week a JoJo video of some kind on Golden Wind. And since it's 39 episodes, it'll probably be 4 videos altogether. Yes, they do. They do need to announce part 6 because I want to see Jolene. I'm sure everybody does. Talk about it all the time in my Discord server about how awesome Jolene is. Although I don't know anything about her. I played her in a video game. I was like, this is Jolene. This is pretty cool. I'm playing Jolene. But other than that, I have some other things that I want to do eventually. I want to make a video on Random Chatting, the girl from Random Chatting. It's a manhwa / webtoon. Some of you may know it. A lot of you probably don't. I'm conflicted on whether I want to put it on the main channel or the Bento channel. I think the Bento channel probably more used to the webtoon stuff and the manhwa stuff, so that may go there. I also plan to do the Bunny Girl Senpai movie with EA, but I also plan to do a video on that on my channel. Doro Hidoro, Inspector, another Fate Go video, probably a couple. Obviously another ReZero podcast eventually. just tons of stuff. That's what I plan to do. I talked to Conda Fiction about possibly doing a Darwin's Game podcast with Condi, as we're never going to get that King's Game podcast again. So we'll see if I can get something to do something with him with that. That'll probably be in sometime April or March. I don't want to rush him or anything like that. He's really busy doing all the stuff he does. But I think it would be a really fun thing to go back and do King's Game or Darwin's Game, because me and Condi back in the day did King's Game. What is the difference between Bento and SeaTactics? Essentially, it was started up as a backup account, but it's basically, if you go to the channel, it just says Bento Weekly Anime Podcasts. That's exactly what it is. Every Monday, me and Malice do a podcast on Fate Grand Order. There will always, every single week, be at least one video, unless something really bad happens, on the Bento channel. So every Monday for the rest of the season, you should be seeing video of me and Malice talking about Fate Grand Order. Starting next season, and after that for 6 months, we will be talking about probably every Friday, Fruits Basket Season 2, which is probably my most popular series on that channel. Asano and Kirito are your favorite characters? I see you went to my Mal page. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. They're not really my favorite characters. But why is ReZero podcast on SeaTactics? Basically, okay, this is the best way to describe it. The SeaTactics channel is where the important stuff goes. The Bento channel is where the stuff that I kind of just want to do, like, as little extra stuff goes. Think of it more like that. The ReZero podcast is essential to this channel, so it kind of needs to stay on this channel. I've done the ReZero podcast for over 2 years now, so, I think if that didn't go on this channel, that would be very weird. That would probably kill the podcast, effectively. Yeah. I think that's about it, though. I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, thanks everybody for coming out to the podcast. I really appreciate it. That last one was like a 3-hour podcast. That was just a really fun podcast in general. But I appreciate you guys coming out for this one. Final question from Platinum Wolf Captain Kawaii. Who's your all-time best waifu? I'm going to say Seiba-san from the Fate series. Echidona best waif. Thanks everybody for coming out to the podcast. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.